Hello everyone, welcome back. Been off of the making videos with myself anyway for a couple weeks, and that's because I was sick. So the title of this video is Why Do We Get Sick? I've been thinking about this for a couple of days. Long time ago, after doing some investigation and stuff, I kind of threw away the idea of germ theory. The theory that was created back in the 1800s, usually attributed to Louis Pasteur, who believed that bacteria were very harmful, and that's why we pasteurize milk, etc. There was a competing theory at that same time, usually attributed to Andre Beauchamp, I think was his name, another Frenchman, called terrain theory. This is espoused by a lot of people these days as being the reason we get sick is because our terrain is not kept healthy. I know the Weston Price Foundation will say, I've read their stuff, a little bit of their stuff, and it talks about 3 reasons for dis-ease are toxicity, malnutrition, and injury. Well, I think there's a lot of good things about terrain theory. I don't believe in the whole germ theory thing, since our body is, based on my understanding, our body is made up of an awful lot of bacteria. More than half the cells are bacteria. There's other things, parasites and exosomes and fungi, and if you're really unlucky, maybe worms, all trying to live in homeostasis, always changing, always balancing. Cells, hundreds of millions of cells dying off as I speak these words. The body constantly cleansing itself. It's quite the miracle when you think about it. So yeah, I kind of threw out the germ theory thing. But 2 weeks ago, on Saturday, it was 2 weeks ago Saturday, I came home Saturday evening, and I knew that something was coming up. Sure enough, the next day, next few days, almost for the next week, was not feeling well, almost feverish, and I've learned the fastest thing to do is, for me, the best thing to do is to hop into bed, throw on an extra blanket, crank up the heat, and just sweat. And there was one night when I woke up, or one morning I woke up, and I was pretty wet, sweaty, and the bed was wet. And that's a good thing, because it helps the body to heal. I didn't sweat any other nights after that. But I did keep throwing on the blanket. I wasn't exercising. I wasn't hungry. I think I actually did fast one day, give my body just some rest. But I was, the first week I was getting out of bed, 12 hours of sleep, 13 hours one night, and then moving to the couch. And that was about pretty much my day for the first week. And then things started to get better, but had a lot of mucus. It's had a couple days where I was had some really pain in the upper lungs, respiratory. Went through, probably in the last couple weeks, I've gone through at least 6 boxes of Kleenex, blowing my nose. Voice is still sounding a little rough, but I have started exercising the past couple days and been able to go on walks, and actually probably go back to work tomorrow for 4 hours tomorrow night. But I've been giving a lot of thought, these competing theories, germ theory and terrain theory. I have a third element that I want to throw into the mix, because I do believe that we are very much emotional beings. And I think a lot of it has to do with emotions. Thoughts, which then gets translated into emotions. And then that emotions then are felt in the body in some way. And there was a couple of emotions I've been hanging on to since probably the beginning of December. And those are the emotions of fear, which is a very powerful emotion, especially in these current times. It's the opposite of love. So fear and hope was the other one. Hoping for something in my life. I won't go into the details of that, but a couple of days ago I had to come to grips with those emotions. I decided to, it was like Saturday or Sunday, come to grips with those things, and I cut that last thread of hope energetically and just kind of gave up, told the universe I was giving up on this hope and just let it go and let it all play out. But I think that has a lot to do with it, the emotions. We know that, and I know through my own studies and my own study of myself, that emotions do get trapped in the body and can cause a lot of problems. Fear, guilt, shame, the lower vibration emotions. So when you walk up the ladder, shame being the lowest vibration emotion, guilt, despair, fear, these can all get trapped in the body very easily. It's one of the reasons why I'm a big proponent of moving the body every day, oiling the joints, as I call it, because you want to get all of this moving out of the body and releasing it. Very important, but we can still get overwhelmed. And I think the emotional aspect combines with the terrain aspect. So if the terrain is not being properly taken care of, then the emotions can overwhelm it and manifest in this thing we call the common cold or influenza. All of these things, they have a lot of names. We won't go into the latest one of the last few years, but I do believe the terrain plays a part in this, and also our environment, surrounded by or bombarded by electromagnetic radiation. As I sit here right now with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, we are bombarded physically, and my studies show that does have an impact on the human body, especially the mitochondria of our cells. One of the things I do is I wear this, which is called a biogeometry. It has symbols on it. You can look it up at biogeometry.com or biogeometry.ca. Mr. Karim from Egypt discovered this many years ago. But I wear this to harmonize the energies around me, which include the electromagnetic radiation from Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Because I know when I go on, if I look at all the Wi-Fi around me, I can get 5 or 6 of my neighbors, and my neighbors are not that close. But the Wi-Fi is that powerful. I can see their signals, for instance, on my television. So a combination of the terrain, how we take care of the body, possibly the electromagnetic radiation that we're bombarded with, and I think most importantly is the emotions. Being able to regulate and manage, process, and transmute and release the low vibration emotions, particularly fear in this current age, because we are bombarded by fear. We are attacked in all of our lower energy centers. So if you're familiar with chakras, the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and the solar plexus chakra are constantly under attack. And that is by design, because they do not want us to get into our heart center. Because the heart center, radiating love, which, as I said, is the opposite of fear. Once we do that, they can't control us. They can't control us with their thought forms, their media, etc. So, it's just some thoughts about why we get sick. So if you want to comment on it, feel free. Hope this helps anybody. But I think the most important thing is becoming self-aware of our emotions and regulating our emotions and releasing them. So until next time, aho.